Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, are you ready? Welcome to the Lego Room. I'm calling it complete. There's still a lot of sets in boxes, and when I say a lot of sets, I mean an absolutely large, unbelievable amount of sets are still boxed up, but the nice thing is, if you saw my Lego organization video, how it was all in my guest bedroom, and now that bedroom is completely Lego free. So here's what we ended up doing, and we'll take a full tour, but we have boxes. Every one of these boxes is completely full of built Lego sets that there just was not room for on the shelf. In fact, in some cases, sets are stacked on top of one another, which I'm really not a big fan of, but I tried to do it in such a way where, I don't know, that it wasn't hurting the set that the other set was on top of, but here's how we organized what we've organized. So we have, of course, pirate ships. And we have, the Skull's Eye Schooner, Black Sea Barracuda. We have some of the more recent pirate ships. I measured this top shelf specifically so that the tallest mast of the tallest pirate ship that I had, not including that gigantic Imperial flagship over there, would fit perfectly under the ceiling. So that ended up working out. It also ended up working out that the Fright Knight's incredibly huge tower was also able to fit there fine. We also have some miscellaneous Ninjago up there, and then below that we get into Classic Castle. My absolute favorite theme is Castle. So we have the Black Knights, the Black Monarchy, the Crusaders, the Lion Knights, all of them and all of their, little sub genre sets in there, the blacksmith, the armorer, all that stuff. Fantastic. Every once in a while I do still have a sealed little set that I'll stick up there as well, but for the most part all of the sets that I haven't built yet are in the closet, which we'll see in a second. So, more modern castle. We have Valdek's Dark Fortress over there. We have the Royal Knights. We have the more recent castle themes. We have, of course, Dark Forest Forcemen, and then a bunch of the antagonists down there. We have some, like the original ninja theme. Then we have Ninjago. We have just some taller stuff, including the Tower of Isengard. We have Black Falcons. One of my favorite sets of all time is the Medieval Market Village, so we tried to do that in such a way where, it was kind of displayed okay. Here's another castle, Dragon Knights, and then, of course, the Yellow Castle, and that's right, the, what was that called? Knights something. Knights Kingdom. Ugh, I try to forget about that. I was not a fan. And then look at this ship. Oh my gosh, it's freaking gigantic. I mean, compared to the original Imperial flagship. And the Imperial Trading Post. And I unfortunately have really packed in some, pirate sets in here. I wanted to get as many in there as I could, but of course there's still more, unfortunately, that we just couldn't fit in there. We have all of my built modulars up on this one shelf, and then I just was obsessed for a while with collecting these old vintage homes like this one. Oh my God, this is one of my favorite homes. These homes were so fantastic because they were so compact and little. And look at this one that was like two townhomes, two separate homes, but they all had furnished interiors. Here's a more modern home, which I actually love that style of home. But back to this one real quick. This is one of my favorite exteriors with the built-in grill. Oh, classic city homes are my absolute favorite. Had to get those displayed. And then a bunch of space. And so I was like, well, which ones do I display? Well, this I just unfortunately kind of packed on top of my Millennium Falcon. I don't think this is the first Millennium Falcon. I think this is the second. the second Millennium Falcon. And yeah, so it has that interior that you can access with these little flaps that fold out. But yeah, I absolutely love this one as well. And without spending too much time on any single particular set, we also have some of these guys, which are so cool. Ice Planet, that ship is amazing. Space Police 1 and 2. And of course, again, this is just a sampling, so there's many more insectoid sets. There's many more of these alien type sets still boxed up. There just wasn't enough room. The Blacktron Base, which is so freaking cool. Oh my god, I love it. Laser Intercept Base. Vikings down there, Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, and some miscellaneous, and Fort Lego Rado and the Western sets. Absolutely love those. And then up here, across the top of the closet, are these larger Star Wars sets, some of them. And then just tubs and tubs of minifigures. Whenever I would create like a new faction for Castle or something, I would kind of do my own thing. And you know, Bricklink was a huge thing that I would love to buy pieces off of. Also, Brick Arms, Brick Warriors, custom minifigure weapons. So there's just a ton of that stuff. And then in the closet is just tons and tons of unbuilt, still boxed sets. Most of which, basically all but a couple, are still sealed. Every once in a while there will be a set that I opened up just to sneak out some really cool minifigures, but the set itself hasn't been built yet. But most of these sets, like the other modulars, some Star Wars buildings like the Ewok Village, the Simpsons home, even I have the big huge UCS Millennium Falcon way back in there as well as tubs and boxes and boxes and boxes of more built sets that I didn't have room for. And there's also some there's a couple competitor sets in there. Don't hate me for that. I use those specifically for like the minifig weapons. They had some cool weapons, but I promise you, I will never display non-Lego on the actual shelves themselves. But that's it, folks. That is how it's looking, and I am absolutely loving it. Someone did mention to do like a standalone shelving unit right here that would be in front of the window and still have more shelves, because we didn't want to do shelves straight across since there wouldn't be enough room for brackets. So the shelf would kind of dip, kind of like it's doing above the closet. You can kind of see there where it's kind of dipping if you don't have a bracket every couple feet apart. But a standalone shelving unit there, get rid of these shelves here, do a standalone shelf unit there. That's not a bad idea in all honesty. But otherwise, yeah, it's freaking amazing. I love this view like this. I don't know how all this will look on camera, but like how you can see a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, it is just amazing. And the table's clear. There's nothing underneath the table. This is, of course, a BoardGameTables.com table, but I had them make it with this lip so that this is specifically for building Lego sets. And it's very comfortable up here with this lip, though. So when you're pouring the bags of pieces out, the rolly around pieces will not roll off the edge of the table thanks to this lip. I've built many sets on this table already, but unfortunately, that came to a grinding halt when I started bringing the boxes in here. And it was just, if you take a look at that Lego organization video to see just how terrible things were looking in here. Boxes piled up. But finally, can you believe it? We cleared out the guest bedroom. There were boxes and boxes everywhere in here. It's insane. And now they are all in the Lego room where they belong and nicely around the perimeter, which was a big deal for me to still be able to walk around the entire room. There's plenty of room to walk everywhere. And yeah, it just worked out perfectly. And finally, all the Lego is in one place. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm absolutely in love. But that's how things are looking. And I told myself no more buying Lego until you get the Lego room done. And finally, it's done. Let's start buying Lego, folks. All right, that'll do it. Thank you all so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And until next time.